Any veterans or active duty or spouses of veterans in the room? Army veteran. Whoop. Not a lot of Army people in here. That's right. What's it? Air Force, hey? I'm just playing. No, I'm glad to be here, guys. Give it up for me. I've lost 45 pounds since the pandemic started. She's clapping, but she's also looking at me like, how fucking big were you? Pretty big. Pretty big. I topped out at 350. That was my max weight. This is a lot better being kind of fat versus really fat. I will say that. It's much better being hot. I can tell you that. It's so great to be attractive now. Life is so much easier. Here's the most tangible benefit about being kind of fat versus really fat is I snore so much less. You guys might not know this, but when you're 350 pounds, you don't have those nice rhythmic snores where you have those snores where you don't breathe for a really long time, and then you have that sleep apnea snore. I was sleeping next to an ex one time, and she woke me up aggressively, and she was shaking me and screaming at me. She's going, 48, 48, and I was disoriented, and I'm like, man, like, what are you talking about? She's, you haven't taken a breath in 48 seconds. I was like, fuck, you waited 48 seconds? That is how long have you been, why is that the cutoff? Like, how long have you been timing me? It didn't work out. I'm glad it didn't work out. I'm married. I've been married 9 years. Any married folks in here? Yeah, good for you. Good for you. How many years have you been married?
30 minutes.
3 years. Oh, you guys still have sex. That's great. Good for you. Yeah, good for you. Anybody 10 years or more in here? That's the clap you get for that. Just yes. Yeah, monogamy's a prison. It's unnatural. It is super unnatural. No, my wife is disproportionately attractive to me. We were what total strangers call a what the fuck couple. She's like really pretty and successful, and they look at us together, and I can see it on their face, like that guy must have a lot of money or a big penis. It's B. It's B. It's good. It's not freakishly big. It fits girthy. I'll say that. It fits my body. It's more penis than stop looking at it. It's more penis than you would expect. Which is nice. We don't have kids. That's a choice we made, and I'm okay with it. There's a million reasons why, but here's the two main ones for me. I don't want to have kids because I love brunch and I hate soccer. Okay. I have 15 nieces and nephews in my family, and they're all spread out over Northern Virginia. And if I get one more call from a sibling, it's like, hey, do you want to come out to Centerville at 9 a.m. on a Saturday and watch Aaron and Ash? I'd fucking rather set myself on fire than watch 9-year-olds play soccer. It's just, and the sidelines are the best part because it's 9 parents that are pissed off that they're there, and then there's one parent who's way too into it, or he just offering, his name's Graham all the time for some reason. Just offering coaching things. Man, you guys are drinking tonight. That's awesome. January 20th, knock on wood, will be 21 years in recovery from drugs and alcohol for me. It's better this way. I was a huge drunk. Does anybody here do cocaine? That's statistically impossible. It's awesome. My sponsor hates when I say that, but it's awesome. Try it 3 times. It's great, really. Yeah, because after that, it's just then you have a problem. But try it 3 times. It's great. I do go to meetings. People are like, you go to the meetings for alcoholics or the meetings for drug addicts. I honestly go wherever I can get that recovery, but I definitely prefer the meetings for drug addicts for a few reasons, but mostly because the bottoms are so much lower. I always feel better about myself after a meeting. I'm not trivializing alcoholism. I know it's real and painful, but nobody sucks dick for Budweiser, okay? There's always somebody in that drug addict. It's true. It's true. That's why I'm glad. I can't believe I have my wife, because I never did dating apps. Props to those of you guys who do. I think I got out of the game before that was a real thing. I was something. Here's how old I am. I'm AOL chat room old. Yeah. We didn't need fancy profiles and what do you do and I rock climb and bullshit. No. We needed 3 pieces of information for AOL chat room. Tell me how, people. Age, sex, and location. That's it. Can I send you a picture? I'm coming over anyway, all right? I'm gonna come. I don't have, I've made so many 3 a.m. drives to La Plata, Maryland, just going, please be a woman, please be a woman. It usually was, but fuck it, I've been to jail, I'll make it work. Oh, man. Make sure you guys take care of your wait staff tonight. I'm also a longtime service industry person. I bartend still once in a while. It's weird getting older bartending because you see like a lot of first and second dates, and I try to be a good wingman because dating is hard. And this couple came in. I instantly hated the guy, and mostly because he was young and attractive and has a future. But he also had like real Nantucket vibes, like some salmon and shit like that. I don't know. It looked like his name was Carter or something. But the girl said, hey, I was wearing a sweatshirt with a picture of Ruth Bader Ginsburg on it, because that's how fucking woke I am. And she goes, I like your sweatshirt. And the guy goes, who is that? And she didn't say it, but the look on her face is like, this guy might be an idiot. I was like, oh, maybe it's dark, he didn't see it. And I go, oh, it's RBG. And he goes, who? And she's like, fuck, he is an idiot. And I go, it's Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And he goes, oh, I never heard of her. And then, like, you know, like on a day like today, like a crisp fall day when you hear the leaves crunch under your feet? That's what I heard. That's the sound of her vagina drying. And she was like, I'm not having sex with this guy. So, what else? I work with kids. People think that's funny for some reason. I have a business. I get hired by middle schools and high schools and colleges in the area. I work with theater students in the area. And I love my job for a number of reasons, but it's so funny how, like, I don't know, kids say they know a lot more than I did and probably than you did when you, because, you know, internet and stuff. They're not any smarter. They just know a lot more. But some things never change. And here's something that's true about middle school boys. That was true when I was there, is they can't not touch each other while calling each other gay. It's a weird thing. Like, you're gay, no, you're gay, no, you're gay. I'm like, guys, knock it off. All right, because I look like most state troopers, all right? You're in middle school, you're all 30% gay. Also, you're in a theater class, so science suggests, I think this guy's gonna be crushing it at Oberlin in about 5 years. Anywho, I got to punch somebody, guys, a couple years ago. And you look like, has anybody punched somebody in anger, like in the past couple years? Yeah, you have? No. Yeah, it feels, I'm not suggesting you go out and start blasting people in the face, but I will say, to punch somebody who deserves it, it feels really good. I was at the social justice protests a lot in 2020. Also, bad look at social justice protests when you look like most cops. And there was this kid, and he was throwing bottles at the cops. And I wasn't about that. So what I wanted to do was go over and say, hey man, maybe you shouldn't do that because you're going to raise the tensions to the point where somebody who doesn't look like you is going to get hurt. But instead I just went over and I grabbed him and I said, knock that shit off. And he was like, why would you just grab somebody? Like, it was mad tense down there at the protest. It's because I have eyes, all right? This kid was about 19. He was about 5'6", 140 pounds. He was like a wispy, Timothy Chalamet looking motherfucker. And he also had on salmon pants and sandals, all right? So this is a low-risk endeavor, all right? So I have a hold of this kid, all right? And remember I said, like, kids today, they know a lot more, but they're not any smarter. They just been leaving, like, shitty YouTube comments their whole life with no fear of consequence, right? So I have a hold of him. He doesn't know that I'm, like, at my core, like, kind of soft and gentle, right? I'm 50, and this is how I look. Also, I have a hold of you, all right? So I said, knock that shit off. And with no hesitation, he just shoves me, and he goes, fuck you. But he was so small and weak, he didn't shove me off him, he just shoved himself away from me while I still had a hold of him, thus creating a bungee effect. I pulled him back in, I popped him one time, I stepped over him like I was Allen Iverson, I high-fived 3 strangers and went home. It was glorious! Anyway, I'll tell you guys one more before I get out of here. Take care of your wait staff, because people always ask me who the most famous person I waited on in my life, and it's former President Bill Clinton. Has anybody met President Clinton in this room? Yes. Yeah, right? If you haven't, I'm telling you right now, that dude is charming, and I don't care what your politics are. Good eye contact, two-handed handshake. 30 seconds after meeting him, I just wanted to send Monica Lewinsky an email and go, I'm sorry, I totally get it. I almost sucked his dad. Anyway, are you guys ready to get the show started?